Yo guys, what's going on? Insanity coming back at you today with another episode of the Gamer Insanity Show. Yes, we just keep rolling on with these things. I'm not slowing down anytime soon. But earlier today, we had a golden opportunity to go ahead and check out one of the biggest first-party titles from Sony coming a little bit later in the summer, Ghost of Tsushima. Wow, I'm butchering that name. Ghost of Tsushima. And basically, this is going to be made by the developers over at Sucker Punch. They are well known in their open world development with the Infamous series on Sony's PlayStation consoles. And of course, they're known for the Sly Cooper series, which, hell, those are phenomenal and fabulous. But more importantly, this is going to be more focused on their open world experience in the Infamous franchise, because Ghost of Tsushima is a full-on open world Japanese samurai type of experience. And I'm blown away. I definitely want to go ahead and say, this is the final first-party title that's going to be coming from Sony for the PlayStation 4 before they roll into the next generation of their consoles with the PlayStation 5. And now we're in a place where it's almost like, all right, if this is how Sony's going to go out with a bang, they got The Last of Us coming out next month, and then right behind that is when Ghost of Tsushima is going to be releasing in July. So how are they going to try and... There's no way that this game is being specifically made for PS4. It's got to be made for PS5 as well. There's probably going to be an enhanced version, higher frame rate, whatever it may be, all that good stuff. And the preview you're seeing right above my head right now is actually the 16:9 footage that I am stretching, that you get the center of the video right there in 21:9 format. Yes, so it's a little bit more zoomed in than normal, but you are getting that more of an ultra wide type feeling for a game. It's going to be in 16:9. I just wanted to go ahead and make sure the entire box was full. I couldn't do it. I wanted to try and do the 16:9 presentation. I just couldn't take it. I'm a snob. What can I say? All right. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the actual gameplay that we got to see today and what they decided to reveal. First things first, the open world, how you traverse it, how it's all going to come about. How do you explore this vast land and get through the story and find hidden things and do side quests and traverse everything. And let's just get into it. All right. First things first. There's this thing in the game called the guiding wind. It's going to be used to navigate the open world. And I'm actually trying to look and pinpoint at my notes here. Basically, you can pick spots on the Ghost of Tsushima menu map like you would in any regular in-game menu, and it's going to go ahead and create a waypoint, right? Well, instead of creating that straight line telling you where to go, you're going to have the wind. Think of Sea of Thieves, how you usually try and see the wind in the air and you point your sail to that and try and take you to the right place. Well, you're just going to go ahead and follow that wind and go straight with it so you can figure out where you need to go. And yeah, that's going to be your main way of navigating the entire world. But that's not the only way to get around or the only way to really see everything throughout this entire 18-minute gameplay presentation. And actually, if you want to go ahead and see it with the full gameplay commentary and everything, it's in 4K, by the way. I'll have that link down in the description below. And if you guys haven't already had a chance yet, please go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Not only am I doing this all the time now, but yes, we do live streaming right here. We play with the community members over in YouTube and Discord and all that fun stuff. So do it. Join the family. You won't be sorry. But moving on, that's not the only way you're going to get around, because in the gameplay, I don't know if you've already seen it. It may have already been shown up here, but there's a horse you can ride around on. And we don't know if that horse is something that you're given at the very beginning, if it's something that you have to unlock, if it's something that you can level up. Maybe you can give it more speed. Maybe it can get hurt. Maybe it can die. I don't know. Maybe it has the ability to go ahead and carry things for you. Maybe you can put pouches on it. This is all pure speculation, but all we know for sure is that there is a horse. You can get on it. You can ride it. There you go. The fast way to get around the world, right? There's your car of the samurai age. Next, you could be looking for specific things in the world, right? You can find key points. There's foxes, there's animals, there's smokestacks in the background. Everything in the world around you is supposed to catch your eye and catch your attention, because if you see something that's out of the norm, there is something more than likely in that position. Like, say, for instance, you see an animal and it's trying to get your attention. You walk up to it, it starts to walk away. Follow it. Follow that fox. It may take you to a hidden shrine in the forest. It may take you to some stuff that's buried in the ground. It may take you to a side quest. It may take you to a person that's sitting there by a campfire going, oh my God, be wary of these spirits that are in the forest. I mean, hell, that happened, right? That was in the actual gameplay demo. So yeah, go with that. I mean, that's not it. I mean, there's investigate points. There's abandoned homes. There's looting. there's a ton of things to find. There's materials you have to try and pick up. And all of that, once discovering a key spot, you do have the ability for that amazing thing that so many open world games love to do, and that's fast traveling. So if you're worried that you're only going to be able to get around this vast land by using your horse or by following the wind per se, no, you can fast travel too, which is obviously the fastest way to get around. Now, this game is going to offer a ton of unique gameplay in the forms of actually having your combat, and that's either going to be through pure on head-on assault, or you can do the full-on stealth situation, and I'm going to go ahead and get into both. Now, as you know, the game is called Ghost of Tsushima. Well, that means you have two options here. You can be that true knight in shining armor, be that true samurai, or you could be the ghost. And if you're the ghost, that's when you decide to go ahead and do the more stealth route. If you do the samurai, that's more hand-to-hand traditional samurai combat. Now, myself, I'm going to be going with the ghost probably 90% of the time, because after seeing it in action, and I don't know if it's played above, it may have, and I don't know, but I'm sure you'll see it throughout this no matter what. If you play as the ghost, it reminds me more of the Assassin's Creed OG type gameplay, where you're sneaking around, you're using the environment, you're trying to use fear to your advantage to go ahead and get your enemies a little bit more freaked out, and then take them down when you least they just done. They're out of here, right? You can take them down instantly and move on and try and do the same thing to the next person while mixing in a little bit of ultra combat, because eventually you're going to get seen. There's no way around it. So it's also a way to have that little bit of a nice balance of, hey, I'm going to go balls to the wall crazy, but I'm also going to be a little bit more on the quiet side, be stealthy, and get those assassinations and all that cool stuff along the way. So yeah, that is definitely something I'm excited about. You have a grappling hook. Jin is your name. That's the main character that you're playing as, and he's got a grappling hook that can use to swing across like big gaps, so you can use it to climb up ledges and things like that. And an environmental attack is also shown in the gameplay. I don't know if I actually have it in this or not. I think I do, where he uses a Mongol's own weapon as an explosive, destroying their cache and eventually decimating the entire shipyard, which is pretty freaking cool. I mean, it just comes to show that you can actually interact with your enemies in ways that you wouldn't normally think about using your own grappling hook. I mean, that's awesome. It's more for just traversal reasons, but you don't have to use it for that. You can use it in combat scenarios too, which is pretty freaking awesome. Now, I'm a big cosmetic guy. I mean, if you've watched me play The Division, if you watch me play Destiny, you know that I'm all about trying to have that flashy, awesome looking character, using some of the most outlandish outfits in The Division 2 that I could possibly put together. And in Ghost of Tsushima, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, because it's going to be very, very precise on what you have to try and pick. And that's because your armor and the things that you put on are not just for your cosmetic look. They're actually going to have mechanical advantages to what armor and different things you put on throughout your entire experience. So you'll discover charms that give Jen different benefits. You'll be able to choose the techniques with skill points, which they give Jen and customizes attack strategy depending on their play style. So this would help increase your attacks. It could help increase how you do stealth, and so on. It's going to be extremely important. It's going to make your character look awesome regardless, because everything that I've seen in the game so far when it comes to changing your character's appearance, they all look amazing. Now, with your flashy outfit, also is going to come the ability to take amazing photos. And yes, Ghost of Tsushima is going to have photo mode from the very, very beginning, and it's going to allow the players to control a whole bunch of stuff, from like the wind, the time of day. You can make it so that you're in a photo or a video, which is kind of interesting. The song can be picked. Particle effects can be changed to let players choose different scenes. Players can collect flowers and change the color of armor in the middle of your photo mode. Like, holy crap. They want to make sure that you're able to go ahead and create some really unique looking scenes with some amazing backdrops in the landscapes that they have. Or even if there's some crazy intense combat going on that may be a little bit gory, you can go ahead and capture that too, because who doesn't like to have a little bit of both sides of the coin there? Really, really bloody and glory, and a little bit of beautiful and landscapey and outside and all that good stuff. Now, with this being a Japanese game, of course, they're going to have a full Japanese voice track for you guys. So if you want to go ahead and have that true, authentic Japanese experience, you can go ahead and turn on the Japanese audio and turn on the English subtitles. It's kind of like you're watching a Japanese movie. And that's where we come into the next situation and scenario. And that is something that they're adding that is a little bit, in my opinion, over the top. And it makes this game absolutely insane, because they're giving a lot to the player at the very beginning without even having to unlock this stuff, right? Everything that I've said has been right at the beginning. You get it all. Now, the horse, I don't know about. That might be a little bit of an unlockable later in the story. I have no idea. But they're giving people a true Samurai Films experience. You're going to be able to turn on a black and white film grain mode that can be turned on at the very start. You don't have to unlock this thing. So you can have a true crazy looking samurai film, and you can actually see that in action if you click the link down in the link in the click the link in the description below to the true 18-minute full demo. Again, everything you're seeing above me is just simple, easygoing stuff. It's just pure raw gameplay. And all I can say is July 17th can't get here soon enough, because I have a feeling this is going to fill that void for me that Tenchu hasn't had in years. And that old school stealth gameplay is something that I'm going to adore very much. But yet again, there's going to be a ton of crazy combat where I'm just hacking and slashing, cutting off limbs, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in this game as well. Anyways, guys, be sure to go ahead and sign off in the comments down below. What do you think of Ghost of Tsushima? Do you think this game is going to be all right? Do you think it's going to be a flop? Do you think it's going to change the way certain samurai games are made in the future? Do you think this is just another open world experience with a bunch of different genres all thrown together just because they want to, and they're going to make a nice little penny off of it because it's Sucker Punch and it looks freaking gorgeous? I don't know. I think it's a great way to go and end out the PlayStation 4 generation. As we keep rolling on to PS5, there'll be a ton of next generation stuff coming our way in the coming ones. But until then, I mean, what else can you say? Enjoy the gaming that we have. And yeah, that's basically it. Oh, and I know this is completely off topic, but did you notice the Epic Game Store is broken today? Yeah, GTA 5 broke it. It's free. Go get it until the 21st of May. I'm Insanity. Thank you again for checking out the Gamer Insanity Show, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. If you were listening to this over on Google, Spotify, or any of those Apple iTunes podcast or whatever, you need to watch the video, guys. It doesn't do it justice. You have to watch the video. I'm out.